Did you know that over 6 million pets enter animal shelters in the United States every year, and nearly 1 million are euthanized? What happens when someone can no longer care for their pet? And what should happen? This is Dr. Mark, animal advocate, CEO, director of Mark's Animal Rescue Inc., published author and journalist, and a former deputy sheriff. It is unfortunate when a pet has to be rehomed. Not only is this significant for you, the owner, but more so for the pet, especially if your pet is brought to a shelter rather than a loving home. You as the pet owner must realize that particularly for pets who are surrendered by the owner may be the first to be euthanized by today's rules. Stray animals have at minimum a 3-day stay before being euthanized. Anyway, with that said, let's continue. Today we're talking about pet rehoming, a tough but sometimes necessary decision. It's a topic that affects not just animals but the people who love them, and it's time we talked about it honestly and responsibly. There are many reasons someone might need to rehome a pet. A job loss, a move, allergies, health issues, or even behavioral challenges that just feel too overwhelming to manage. Sometimes people adopt without truly understanding the long-term commitment involved. And sadly, it's the animals who suffer. But it's not always neglect or lack of love. Life can change unexpectedly, and those changes can make caring for a pet incredibly difficult. Rehoming a pet is never easy. It can feel like heartbreak, like letting go of a family member. But in many cases, it's actually the most loving and responsible choice. The key is making sure pets are rehomed thoughtfully. That means avoiding shelters when possible and instead seeking out trusted friends, family, or rescue organizations that carefully screen adopters. And for the pets, the change can be confusing at first, but with patience, the right match can lead to a better, safer, and happier life. There are many reasons people are forced to rehome a pet. Take Marcus, for example. He lost his job during a company layoff. With rent piling up, he had to move in with family who couldn't allow pets. Or Emily, a college student whose dog, Max, developed severe anxiety when left alone in her dorm all day. Despite her love for him, Max needed a more stable environment. And then there's Rosa, an elderly woman who had to give up her parrot, Coco, after developing severe arthritis and losing grip strength. These stories are painful, but not rare. Life happens, and sometimes it's just no longer possible to provide the care our pets deserve. Rehoming is never a first choice, but it can be the right choice when done responsibly. Marcus reached out to a local rescue group and connected with a single mom who had been looking for a gentle dog for her son. His Labrador, Duke, is now thriving in a home with a backyard and endless belly rubs. Emily found a retired couple with dog experience through a Facebook group. Max now has a quiet home and Emily gets photo updates every month. And Rosa? Her parrot Coco was adopted by a bird-loving family who already had an aviary. They even visit Rosa sometimes, giving both bird and human some peace and joy. These are not stories of abandonment, they're stories of transition, love, and doing the hard thing for the right reasons. Let's take a moment to really sit with Luna's story. Luna was a high-energy husky, adopted by a young couple who later had a baby with health complications. With constant hospital visits, Luna's needs were falling through the cracks. They were heartbroken, but they posted her on a breed-specific rescue page. After interviews and home checks, Luna was adopted by an active woman training for marathons. Now, she runs trails daily, sleeps on a king-size bed, and her new human says, "She saved me just as much as I saved her." Luna didn't just find a new home, she found her best life. Whether it's Duke, Max, Coco, or Luna, these pets found joy after loss and love after goodbye. Rehoming isn't failure. It's a choice to do right by the animals we care about. Have you rehomed a pet or welcomed one into your life? Share your story in the comments. And if you want to learn more about responsible pet care, check out our other videos. Together, we can be the bridge to better lives for our furry, feathered, and scaly friends. This is Dr. Mark again. Thank you for your viewership and your comments.